concerned, the only time I'll carry his coffee is when he's on his way out of the White House. How did we get here? 2,000–3,000 people, we filled up Lawyers Square. Now, I'm going to try to hold back from my attorney jokes because I have some good friends that are lawyers. But how did we get here? We got here because a group of individuals decided that their own interests were more important than taxpayers. We got here because a few individuals felt like it's time to go ahead and run for office and then stay there for 20 and 30 years and live off our dime. We got there because a few individuals forgot about the power of Americans and what happens when you awake a sleeping majority. Now, just to the right of us, in that beautiful building right there once stood a man, the first president of the United States. And you can walk in there and stand in the same footsteps where he humbly desired to resign from commander-in-chief and president of our nation. Because he understood something. That America is about opportunity, America is about privilege, America is about opportunity, capitalism, democracy, and when your term is over, it's time to go home. Well, it's time to send the message loud and clear here in Maryland. It's time for you to go home. Lest they think that we are un-American, this is not a hate message. We love them. We just believe they outlived their usefulness. And it's time for them to retire. We will no longer allow politics as usual in the state of Maryland. 149 years is enough of one-party rule in our state, and we're taking it back by any means necessary. Now, you know what? I don't want to play politics, but I got to tell you, I can't stand the fact that people look at conservatives like me and they call us racist. I'm serious. Somebody called me a racist. I looked at him, I said, are you kidding? I'm married to a black woman. My kids are black. This is not a racist message. We just understand that every single American has the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And freedom is not free. So we will no longer allow politicians on either side of the aisle to separate us based upon social or economic conditions. They will not separate us based upon gender. They will not separate us based upon class and what side of the railroad we live on. We are Americans united by a constitution, and we understand our right to be here, our right to protest, and our right to stand for what it means to be American. Our allegiance will be to our country, and we will stand united. Now, I will close with this. Have y'all heard my bar story? I will tell it again just for that beautiful man right there. You know, you'll love my bar story. I went to a bar in Southern Maryland. It's a true story. I took my wife with me. And some of y'all that are from Southern Maryland, you already know where I'm going. When we arrived at the bar, I got to tell you, I took my wife out the car, and we were greeted by a rebel flag on the patio. So my wife grabbed me by the arm, and she pulled me down, and she said, honey, Are you sure we're in the right place? I said, honey, some of our constituents are in there. So we're absolutely in the right place and we're going in. So into the bar we went. I got to tell you, when the doors opened, it was like a scene out of Animal House. All the music stopped. It seemed to be so surreal. It was almost as if they were shocked when I walked in. So I pulled my wife even closer, like any good Marine does. I love your hat, sir. Hoorah. Like any good Marine does, I started looking for opportunities to exit just in case something happened. Well, I walked in the bar, and long story short, because you have plenty more speakers to hear from, I had a chance to meet the owner of that bar. I had a conversation with the owner of that bar. I had the owner walk me around his entire establishment. I shook every hand in that bar. I shared a beer with the gentlemen and ladies in that bar. And by the time it was all over, those men and women committed to raising money for our campaign and winning St. Mary's County for America and for this campaign. Now, there was one gentleman that came up to me and sat next to me who's going to remain nameless. And he looked at me and he said, Charles, I love your message. But do me a favor. The next time you come down here, don't wear that suit. He said, number two, and make sure you let me know when you're coming so I can go around with you. Because you do know where you are, don't you? I said, yes. He said, you're in Southern Maryland. I said, I understand that. He looked at me and he said, just when you talk, people love your message, but make sure you get to the point a little faster. He said, because just in case you didn't realize it, you're black. So I looked at my wife, I said, did you know you married a black man, honey? See, I understood his point, though, and in closing, I understood his point. He said, though people will judge you on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters. And there are more that stand with us than stand against us. We have the same values. We have the same love for our country. We are soldiers. We are sailors. We are citizens. We are Americans. And in November the 10th, this election will not be about gender. It won't be about party affiliation. It will only be